still going. It's pretty good and staying. Oh yeah, so this is basically the end product. This is like I really need to work on wiring. Like that wire is ridiculously long. Oh, I'll figure that one out. Don't worry about it. So the guitar is done. The guitar is done. Now, the reason that sounds terrible is because I'm using a jam jar system, which I'm pretty sure some of the cables are loose at this point. Because let's just unplug that. Because when I start wiring it the first time, when I was wiring it took me 2 attempts to wire this guitar. So let's. This is a video on the things you should know when you're going to make a guitar. Now, this is the Frankenstein guitar. So this. I bought a neck, I bought a body, bought all the parts and put it together. It's like a DIY kit, but more expensive. And I'm left-handed, so I have dots on both sides. So it makes things a lot difficult. But when I was wiring it the first time, I found a wiring diagram which looked like it worked because the pickups are from Crimson Guitar pickups. So Crimson Guitar pickups. Sorry, you can't even see that. Crimson Guitar pickups off a shop. Stumac a wiring setup, which I had to buy a different wire for because it was just crap. So I bought the neck. I'll have all the links down below because I don't actually know the names of the website. So I bought the body from a fire damaged or what's it called? What's that word called? They just basically had a ton of guitars in semi-good condition and good condition to bad condition, and it's like a warehouse of guitars. What is that one? Oh, alright. A warehouse of guitars. So I bought the body, and it was a horrible cherry burst top, which I hated. I don't like burst tops. I really don't. Like, in my other guitars, burst topped. So I was like, so I did everything what you do at the end first. So I got the guitar, sanded it back, right? Now, when people talk about painting into guitars and all this, I saw so many different videos on you should do it this way, you do it this way. Best thing I thought was, one thing I also found out about this actual guitar, it's plywood. It's very, very thick plywood. It's layer upon layer. Not that way. Like, so it's like, usually guitar is 2-piece or 3-piece or 1-piece. But it was layers this way, so it was plywood. I even got onto him going, what wood is this? And like maple. And then I sanded the paint back, and it was obviously plywood. I was like, it's plywood. I'm like, that's impossible. And I sent them a picture, and they're like, oh. So I was like, I don't care. I'm just letting you know. So sanding the back was fun, but if you sand the back plywood, this finish, you will burn through the layers very quick. Don't stay in the same spot. If you sand the back, don't stay in the same spot. Constantly move, and do it by your hand. Don't use a machine, because that'll burn through it. You can use a block, but just constantly keep moving. The sides were a nightmare. The actual sides, I might even paint a black or something on it, because I'm actually leaving that the way it is. Like, I polished the front and all that. Yeah, but let's go back to it. So, undercoat, you can either scratch it up and just do a coat over it. So, I got all the paint off, and I'm going to do a second video on all the stages of guitar. So, I did like a few coats of white undercoat, which I found out I should have done like 3 or 4. Like, I should have got 3 because it was spray painted everything. I should have spray painted it constantly about 3 times so it's thick. And with that, you should leave it. So you do a light coat, a harder coat, and then a stronger coat. Then you leave that. Then you come back and do the same thing again: light, harder, stronger. Don't sand sandpaper back, just do that like 3 times, maybe 3 cans. Do that 3 cans of cover, because when you be sanding it back when you're doing the painting, you'll go through really. So I probably did enough white backgrounds. That's fine. So then the green, you should do a light, harder, and then strong. That's what I didn't do. I did just sprayed like crazy. I was like, because I'm impatient like that. Spray. What I've learned is you should do the sides first, and then very light coats, then a heavier coat, and then a stronger coat. And if there's any like drippage, leave it. You can sandpaper that back. So you do that, and then you can sandpaper it back. When it comes to grits of sandpaper, like 600 grit, because I found out like 80 is ridiculously strong. Like 2000 you think be like just taking everything off. 2000 is really light. That's for fine and all that. Wet and dry sandpaper. I do that about 3 times. So 3 undercoats, 3 tins if you're doing spray paint, 3 of them, I'd say, 3 or 2, and with the actual color, 3 again, but sandpaper in between. So do it sandpaper, so it's getting back and stronger, because sometimes I just be kind of sandpapering blemishes and it go back right to the white. Like there's bits on it where they're all white because I just easily went through it. Okay, so then I've got this Rustola, was where I got all the paints. I got this Rustola clear coat, so I did it with that, but it's crap. So then I got a melamine lacquer, and that was much better, but I fucked up. There's a few places where putting the lacquer on, I was using cloth and I was using tissue. The tissue got stuck onto it, but it's now forever stuck. There's a bit of like lacquer tissue there stuck forever. I'll never get out, but I like that actual look of it. So that was the body, and then I got the neck. So the body was like 40. I won't put in shipping into this. So the body was 40. So then I got the neck, and the actual neck is fine. I find the neck is fine. It's a bit thick, but I should have sandpapered that back a long time ago. But I sandpapered it when I got it. There's a few bits and pieces when it arrived. The neck was 60, and the action in the neck, like there's no fret buzzing at all in this guitar. Which is fantastic, not having fret buzzing. So then I got a teal oil, because I bought the neck unfinished. I got a teal oil, but then I found out there's a bit of a gap. Like a lot of people, like it's fine. There's a bit of a gap in between that. If I had the actual tools that I have now, I would have fixed that right away by chipping away at the body, not the neck, to make it smooth so it fit in. But it actually kind of nearly fits fine. It's something I learned, obviously. So then I put teal oil, and then I put my lacquer on as well. And then I got, because I had to buy a right-handed neck because they're very easy to find. So I just made it left-handed. So I bought a left-handed bone nut, which was like a couple of euros on Amazon. Then these side dots I bought, again, they were a couple of euros. I got these lock tuners, which were like 30, and I got these guys. Now, the reason there's one left on it is because the company I bought these off sent me 6 screws. It's 5 screws instead of 6, and I just need to put them on this one. I only got that the other day. So yeah, things I learned, right? There's no video, I couldn't find any video or any article on how to actually set up your action on a guitar. Stu Mac has a few things, Crimson Guitar has a few things, but all in all, I probably had to bring this to a Lutra to set up. That's fine. There's loads of videos on how to do it, but like I've loads of videos how to set up the action. I actually have that fine. It is setting up the string length is where I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. So if you know how to set up the string length, send us a video, or send us send us some information. Polishing on the guitar was really easy actually. Car polish, it came up fantastic, like mirror shine when it was dull as fuck. And that's so when you do the Malaco, you sandpaper it 1,000 till it looks like orange pill, then 1,500 till again it looks like shit, then 2,000, and again it will look like shit, but it will look all the same shit, and then you polish it up and it comes up fucking amazing. So like it wasn't that expensive. Like a lot of people like, oh, that's deadly, making your own guitar. And people like, a lot of people are like, would you not just buy a guitar for that amount of money? So like 40, 60. The tuners I got for a Christmas present, so I won't count them into the price. So I made my own guitar less than 500. Let's just call it less than 500. I had a one. Oh, they are so off. I had to fix that. I had one drawback. I didn't, when I got the tuners in, the tail bridge and tune-o-matic, I threw it right in. I was like, I hammed it in. I even hit the guitar. I'm actually going to get something to cover that, like a badge. Smacked that when I was like, oh, I haven't hit the guitar once. Went bang, crap. So I put these in, and as I put them in, I was like, I hope I don't have to take these guys off. And then I discovered grounding. I did wiring in college. I did woodworking school. For me to forget about grounding was, I just went, oh, fuck. So what people do is this cavity, where the wiring cavity is, this stupid big one, which I do have to now like snip and make smaller. I had to put a hole from there to one of the bridge holes. So I had to rip the bridge out, which you can buy loads of different tools, or you can go to a hardware store and spend less than a tenner on getting a bit of waven pipe, a long bolt, and a washer. So you put the washer, you put the waven pipe on top of it, wash it and unscrew it, and you can unscrew it. And the whole time, it's like the whole time, as soon as like there's no way that Bruce sound looks so bad. There's no way this is working. I did it. I did damage to that, but I was twisting, and then it just came out. I was like, fucking first time that's ever happened. I'm actually going to mention, I'll have the guy who saw the video a link to his channel, because that was so helpful. But then I had to get, so then buying the stuff for this was kind of a pain in the ass. So the wiring I got from Stu Mac, and then they missed out one of the pots, so that delayed me. And then I couldn't find the company's Crimson Guitars didn't have a diagram into wire this, and then I got a diagram off Stu Mac, but it was black and white, and then it was just confusing because it was like, well, you can use any kind of wire. So I have red and black. So red is the live. Red is connecting everything, and the black is the ground. But it's a stupid chunky black wire. I had to get a 200mm long drill bit to go from there to basically there. So I had to buy that on Amazon because nowhere had it. And that took ages to come, and it got lost in the post. So one of these got lost, never came with it. I still had to get like covers for this. I'm going for like maybe this kind of white. I originally wanted to go all wood, like even the back panel, I wanted to cover that with a bit of wood. But I might actually just try to get something in this colour. So one of them got lost. A lot of the build of this build was just me waiting on things. These covers took a while, tools to do stuff took a while. But now I'm starting on the next one, on the ash body guitar. And then I'm doing a practice guitar out of plywood. Or 4x4. So yeah, it's working fine. So things I kind of wish I knew about was the length of the guitar, setting up the guitar, wiring. But they're all kind of things I know now. But I wish there was more videos on. But with that, I'll leave it here, and I'll be doing another video on the making of it, like with all the images and all that shit. So till then, take care. Goodbye.